All right, Indiana, Penn State. Penn State 32.5-point home favorites, 44.5 the total. Conor and I just said it last week. We warned you. We can't trust and put a dime of our money on James Franklin in a big game against either an Ohio State or a Michigan. We can't do it. He doesn't win these games, and he failed again in that spot last week against Ohio State. Would it kill this fucking guy? And I should blame the OC more than Franklin. Would it kill him to try to push the ball downfield, throw vertically a little bit? Thought they liked this kid, Drew Aller, and to me, there was no vertical threat. Ohio State could crouch on the line of scrimmage the whole game. They had no respect at all for Penn State stretching the field, and it made them much easier to defend in that game. And they couldn't get anything going. And credit to Ohio State. They kept Singleton and the running back group in check. That was a big deal as well in that victory. And the offense was just dreadful there for Penn State. Now, off a loss like that, do they bounce back? Do they have the focus to pulverize a horrific Indiana team? Or are they sleepwalking off a loss like that, which hurts them in the Big Ten race? Now, they're not out of it. They could maybe get themselves back into it a little bit if they beat Michigan, but he never beats Michigan either, James Franklin and Penn State. So I have my doubt that happens. There's no way I'm laying 32.5. No way. But Indiana's really, really bad. Really, really bad. When Rutgers is going in there on your home field and making you look stupid, that's a problem. That really is. And, I worry about Tom Allen's job security too. I think he's probably on thin ice at this point. I hear great things about the guy. He's a good players coach and all that, but they're not getting the results right now. And that's bad. That's Rutgers going in there and crushing you 31-14. So this is a pass for me. I don't think I can endorse either side with confidence. What do you think?
No, back to it. Yeah, they didn't go down. It was just rough. And again, he just can't beat Ohio State and Michigan until they can prove that. And we heard a lot of people told me that they would, and it just didn't happen. And they beat up on teams like this. Normally, though, the number over the last few years, 2 touchdowns, but now 31. I look maybe like a Penn State team total here. Indiana, at times the defense has been okay, but they've gotten shredded too. Bobano, when you go through the numbers with them. And 31 last year's game, 45-14. I think this could be similar. So one thing with Franklin before that, 12 straight ATS. So they win and probably cover here. Just a huge number though.
If it gets much higher, let's put it this way. This number's already gone up on Penn State. If it were to hit like something like 34, 35, I'd have to grab a little Indiana at that number. Because you actually look at the last 2 years, and it's 20. It was a 31-point win for Penn State last year, and at home 2 years ago, it was a 24-point win for Penn State. Neither of them would cover this number. So that's why it's getting up there for me. It's getting to the point where I'd be tempted for at least a small bet on Indiana if it gets much higher. All right.
Franklin knows the number, though, Babano. He knows the number now. He wants to cover if he's there.
Yeah.